Gary, do you want to come and join me on stage? Great, you can have the mic first because you were here first, that's great. And here's another one, that's smashing. So have a seat, gentlemen, and why don't you just quickly tell us who you are and what your involvement is in this project.
Thanks so much, Gareth. My name's Dave Bywater, and I'm the out-of-hospital cardiac arrest consultant paramedic for the Scottish Ambulance Service.
My name's Gary Mackay, and I'm effectively Dave's equivalent in the Fire and Rescue Service, so we are the conduit to kind of make the services work together on this project.
Yin and the yang.
Don't know about
That's just where we
Tweedledum,
stop there.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber.
So,
He's dumber.
thanks for clarifying that, Dave. So, gentlemen, how did this project come into being, and what is it that you're trying to do?
Well, clearly it started from the outset of the out-of-hospital cardiac arrest strategy for Scotland, because it's one of the many arms for that. But essentially it started from a conversation that Gary, I and some other colleagues had in a room in Newbridge and scribbled down some stuff, essentially what looked like the back of a cigarette packet, to be honest. And from there, it's the kind of project has spiralled from there. But the original idea was looking at how we can take the assets of colleagues who are already skilled and trained individuals with the necessary kit to respond to cardiac arrest and put that into practice.
And Gary, how's it gone so far?
I mean, I think I would be lying if I said there wasn't immediate challenges, just because it was something new. We could see models that were not dissimilar around the world. We could immediately see the benefit. But it was new. We spoke earlier on, I said essentially it was like a blank piece of paper, and we said, well, how are we going to populate that? But I think it was covered really well in the video. You see what was the goal. The goal was exactly as described by the firefighter in the video, and that was to preserve life. And we were fortunate enough that we had great strategic commitment. David Rout leads the project in terms of the strategic commitment from the fire service, but we've had great commitment from an entire executive team from the board. And ultimately, what pays massive dividends and makes my life easier in terms of managing it is that we've got some fantastic crews at the stations that are responding.
And can you tell us about any successes so far, apart from the one that we saw in the video, obviously?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we've measured, and it is very much crude maths in terms of our initial hit, but the metrics that we looked at in the first 5 months of the project identified that from those 7 responding stations that we had at that time, we were mobilised in excess of 75 times to out-of-hospital cardiac arrests. And the measure that we took, or one of the primary on-sign measures, was whether we potentially had a life-saving intervention. And we measured ROSC for that, that's what we took it as. And on those 75 responses, that happened 23 times.
Brilliant. That's absolutely fantastic. And what do the public think?
Well, I think the video captures it quite well, that probably in the first 45 seconds after the crews step off the fire engine, they think, I didn't want a fire engine, I wanted an ambulance. And I can absolutely understand that. And that was quite, we can have a joke about it, but it was actually quite a genuine concern for both myself and Dave when we were considering how it would apply, but also for the crews that were going to be going. They wanted people to know. But ultimately, as you would expect, they immediately respond and they immediately provide that kind of professional support and say, don't worry, the full response is coming. We're not instead, we're as well, we're nearer. And actually, what is overwhelming in terms of the feedback we've had, both where we've had a positive outcome and where it hasn't been the case, the crews just are told by the families, we're just really glad you were here and you knew what you were doing.
Great. So currently this is operating as a trial in South East Division, and there have been around between 70 and 80 calls so far.
Well, we're approaching about 100 now, and it's not just South East. We're in Turriff, which is be familiar to a lot of people as a good opportunity for us to add support in that area. And the crew there have been fabulous in terms of what they're doing, because they're quite isolated where they are. And we're also, as of today at 10 a.m, we're also responding from 2 further stations in Falkirk and West Lothian. So that's Livingston Station and Falkirk. So it's all go. So
last question to both. What are your aspirations then for the future of the project? Where is this hopefully leading to?
So we need to start evaluating what we've done so far and having a look at where we are and learning from the small tests of change that we've done to then look to taking this obviously forward. And ideally, eventually, we hope that this project will not become a project. It'll be normal business for both organisations across the whole of Scotland. And that's our aim.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. And just before you go, We've got time maybe to take one or two questions from folk who might want to know more about this initiative. Is there anything from the floor that... Or from... Good option, says Gary. Nothing from other sites. Brilliant. Well, listen, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to come and tell us a bit more about the Coresponding initiative. Thank you.
Thanks.